All right. So find a comfortable place to be. We're going to start with our centering. We'll do some deep breathing. So find a comfortable place to sit. Legs where you need them to be. Hands can land wherever you want. Maybe the eyes close or maybe just gaze softly at the floor. And just allow the space that you're in to receive you, right? In other words, just feel your body pressing against the ground. And allow yourself to receive the space that you're in, right? To accept the space you're in. And allow yourself to just hear the sounds around you, what it sounds like in the room that you're in, what it sounds like outside the room. Feel your sitting bones kind of plugging in to whatever you're sitting on, reaching down towards the earth, and feel the crown of the head lifting up towards the sky. Feel shoulders broad and relaxed, and start to create a little more space in your body just by inviting it there. Space through the heart to open, space through the throat as the neck elongates, and start to fill that space with breath. Right? Space through the low back. So just think of all the places in your body that we tend to like take away the space from, right? When we slouch or we don't, find our good tall posture. So fill all that space with breath. And take your time, right? Slow, deep breath in. Feel the belly expand, the ribs stretch as the lungs fill, the chest lifts up. And just watch as everything deflates, chest, ribs, belly. Slow, deep breath, breathing through the nose. Feel how the breath changes the shape of the front body. Feel the sensation on the front body. And then start to pay attention and watch the back body. It'll be a little more subtle than the front body. And then notice the sidelines of the body, right and left. Sometimes I call them the seams, right? If we were teddy bears, we'd have seams right there. Good. And then feel the all areas, front, back, sides, all breathing together. And let your mind move through your whole being all at once as you take a few more moments in this slow, deep breath. Mind settles into the body settles into the space. And when you feel ready for it, let your body just breathe itself. Just pause, notice, just feel. And allow your head to start to tip over to one side, either one. And add any little movement that would feel good. Maybe you sway the torso really slowly side to side. Or you add little movements in the neck or shoulders or head. Try relaxing the jaw. And then just as gently and fully as you got there, start to make your way back up. It might take a little bit. Then make your way over to the other side. Find a stretch that feels comfortable and maybe add a little movement. I like to sway my torso side to side. That kind of changes things. You could change the position of your head. Right, this side might need different things than the first side, so be willing to shift and change. Good, and then carefully, slowly start to make your way back up. And keep your torso nice and tall, your shoulders broad, your heart lifted, and bring your chin down towards your chest so everything stays just as it was, but just bring your chin down. And then just sway your torso, kind of shift your weight from one sitting bone to the other. Good, and then gently come back up. And then from here, you'll find that nice neutral spine. Take your chin and gently draw it back, almost like you were making a double chin. I know we don't love doing that, but like, don't worry, you're not in a yoga studio, so no one can see you. So draw your chin back as if you kind of tuck it into your throat. And then bring your head down towards your heart. And just breathe. Good. And then you can bring your head back up. Tip your head over to one side. This time, keep your torso and shoulders still. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, roll your head down, chin to chest. And let's stay with that side and then roll your head right back to where you just were. Relax your jaw. Take a slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly roll your head down. And then back up, same side. Good. And just pause. And then slowly, carefully bring your head back up. We'll go the other side. Shoulders level. Take a nice, slow, deep breath in. And exhale, slowly bring your chin to your chest. And we'll stay on this side. Roll your head right back up. Take a slow, deep breath. And exhale, roll down. So you're just going to go nice and slow. I think we did, let's do one more to each. Or one more rotation here. And the next time your head is tipped, you can pause there. And bring your head back up. Good. And from here, just taking another slow, deep breath in as you turn your head to one direction. And as you exhale, go the other direction. So just nice and slow. Inhale one direction. Exhale other direction. Good. And you can come back to neutral. You can blink your eyes open. And you can start to shift, rearrange your sitting position. If you're sitting on something, remove it, extend your legs. All right, so move your feet around. That's what I'm doing. They were feeling a little cranky. So let's see, you can lean back on your hands. You can bend your knees, feet wider apart, or you can lean back on your arms, feet wider apart than hips, and let your knees go side to side. So we're gonna do a few warm-ups and then we'll start And those fascia things I was talking about, and then we'll get to our feet eventually. But let's do the movements of the spine. We'll do them with our hip stretches. So you can bring your knees all the way to the you can bring your hands on top of the right knee or on either side. Let's do dolphin first. So inhale to sit up tall. And as you exhale, start to round your spine. Dive down, nose towards knee. It doesn't have to touch or even get close. And then inhale, unfurl, nose, chest, ribs, belly, arch the back. And then exhale, start to round and dive down. So move with your breath. Good. And then come back up to neutral. Right, pause. You can bring your left hand to the right knee and bring your right arm up. And just very gently start to arc over to your side. Let's come in and out of that a couple times. So for me, I don't have to go far before I feel a stretch. So I want to keep it real gentle. So I'm not going to move very far. So just wave in and out. And then find something, just pause there for a breath or two. Point your tailbone towards the ground. Lift your heart up towards the sky. Good. And then gently release. Hands behind you or forearms, feet wide apart. Let your knees, they can just go side to side if you choose. Good. And then you can go the other way. And this time the hands can go around or on top of the left knee or on either side. We'll do dolphin. So inhale to sit up tall. Exhale, start to dive down, nose towards knee, rounding spine. Inhale, unfurl. So take your time. Notice where you feel it the most. Try to create some ease through places that don't need to hold tension. And let your mind just really notice the body. Good. And you can come back up to neutral. Your right hand can go on the knee. Your left hand can go up into the air. Just kind of find out how that feels. Just straight up, take a breath. And then very gently stretch over to your side. And then back up. So we'll just kind of wave in and out of that a couple times. Keep it really gentle. Right? You're just saying hello to a muscle that you haven't talked to in a while, right? You gotta ease into it. And then if you want to hold, if you find a good spot, you can hold and breathe. You can use that hand that's pressing onto your knee like a little leverage. I like to push down into the hand as I lift up through my heart and lift a rib cage. So there's a little twist happening, and then you can release when you're ready. Excellent. Hands or forearms behind you and let your knees go side to side. All right. So let's do a little twist. So your legs can be however you want. I'm going to do both knees up, but it's up to you. Actually, let's do this. So bring your knees out in front of you. And just kind of pull your heels. So my yoga mat's real sticky. So if you're off your yoga mat, I think it's easier if you're right on your sticky mat. So I like my toes up, my heels down. And I'm just gonna like pull my feet towards my butt basically, and that kind of engages the legs. And then use your core muscles to sit up tall so that the legs stay engaged. And then inhale, just reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. We're going to come in and out of that. So keep that little pull through the legs. Inhale, lift up, straighten your spine. Exhale, twist other side. So keep going. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. So move with your breath. Let your mind kind of just move through the body. Keep that gentle pull of your feet towards your hips. Good. And the next time you're twisted to the right, just stay there. You can relax your legs if you want and just breathe. Good. And then if you've relaxed your legs, pull your heels back towards you. For some reason, that just helps me lengthen my spine. Bring your arms up as you unwind. Go the other way. Twist to the left. And you can relax your legs if you'd like. And breathe. Good. And you can unwind. And let's do that little fascia thing. There's two that I feel comfortable teaching so far. I've been doing them like every day for a week and a half. So if you sit in front of you, if you need something under you, just for cushion, like a blanket would be good. But your feet can be hip distance apart. They can be a little closer too. So basically, we're going to bring the palms together and the elbows out, push them. Your muscles are, you're pushing your elbows into the knees, right? So take a breath in, sit up tall, and then you're going to take your knees and you're going to resist. You're going to squeeze the elbows together and then relax on the release. So you bring everything back out. You're going to push your elbows into your knees, but your knees are going to go up. You're going to push your elbows together. I like to round when I come to the end. Into the knees, and then push the forearms together. Good. Back your traps all up into the neck. This is for a lot of my kind of chronic all the time stuff. It's helpful. So you just usually it's like about 10, and I lock. Send your elbows into your knees. The knees draw. It's that we can't call it isometric. Isometric, you're not your joint. And you're just kind of staying still at the same time. So it's like that little push and pull. But you don't want to do this like over, you know, we're trying to get into the fascia, which is a little deeper than the muscles. Good. And I'm starting to get tired, so let's release and sweep your hands behind you. Fingertips point away. And just kind of, I like to move my shoulder blades together, and then I just kind of push one shoulder forward and the other one back. So just give your upper back a little rotation. And I'm doing it if you need to see it. Good. And just a little bit of cat and cow. So legs wherever you want them. You can round your back, exhale, and then arch on the inhale. Good. Beautiful. Let's do another one for the arms and upper back. Actually, this one's a little bit more for the neck. It requires a block or, well, it doesn't require, but I think it's better to sit on a block or pillow. And you want your right leg out in front of you. Your left leg can do whatever it wants. It can, I like mine tucked, or you can extend it. So you're just going to take the outside of your right elbow. I know I usually teach things that you and I, this group and I have done together a lot. And I'm throwing new things at you. So sorry. All right. So your knee is just here, support for your elbow. So that's like all. And the direction here is you want to like push your hand and your right hand towards to your right. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to bring it. So you're just going to resist and then relax to bring it back up. So you're going to create that resistance, that push and pull, draw the arm back, relax to bring it back up. Yeah, so just keep going. I usually do like 10 of these. And notice where you feel it, right? So this is kind of getting into the top of the shoulder, through the side of the neck. And by creating that little resistance, we're getting at the fascia more than the muscles. I mean, the muscles are involved, but your hand is pushing to the right or away towards past your knee. Your hand is pulling it down. Good. We'll do one or two more. Beautiful. And then release, kind of move your shoulders around. And if you bring your arms up like cactus arms and just kind of bring them in and out a couple times, just kind of just see. You might notice something, you might not. You're just kind of checking it out. And then you can switch sides. So the left leg becomes that little support for your elbow. And, I was thinking about it. You don't have to do it in this shape. You could do this against a wall or a countertop if you were sitting down. Like there's a lot of other ways to do this if this wasn't available. All right, so your hand pushes to the left. Your left hand, your right hand is going to pull it down. And then relax to come back up. So just keep breathing. Just a little bit of resistance. You're not trying to, this isn't weight training, right? This isn't like no pain, no gain kind of stuff. This is just like a little bit of push and pull, a little bit of resistance. Obviously, you know how you feel. I don't. So if there is anything hurts, don't do it. But just adding that little resistance. Keep breathing. And just notice where you feel it. Right? Kind of visualize like your fascia, in case you don't know, is your connective tissue. It's around everything. But we'll do one or two more. Beautiful. And then when you release, kind of bring the arms up like cactus arms and maybe bring them in and out a couple times and just see how they feel. Good. And actually, the next time they open out, just pause there, kind of open your heart. You could look up if you want. And then when you're ready, you can release your arms. Yeah, notice how you feel. All right, those are my two favorites. So let's come up to standing. There are a lot in the class I'm taking, and I can share it with anybody who wants. There's a lot about the hamstrings too, which is good for your low back and pelvis. Sorry, I clinked my metal straw against my glass right into the mic. I'm sorry. All right, let's do feet a little wider than hips are wide. We'll do our standing swing twist, but keep your knees pretty bent, your center of gravity pretty centered. And then start your twist. So I like to keep it nice and low, nice and balanced. Lift the heel you face away from. That'll kind of bring you up a little bit. Good. And then gradually come back to center. Good. All right. And then take a wider stance. If you need to go sideways on your yoga mat, you can, or change your computer around, you can. You can turn your feet out toes towards the corners of your yoga mat. So just out a little bit. And so we do this a lot when we're doing warrior too, right? We kind of pull the feet towards each other. So try it here, just like a little bit of like pull as the heels. It's kind of weird because the feet are at angles, heels towards each other. And then start to bend your knees. Beautiful. And then just easily come back up. And we'll do that again. Kind of pull your heels towards each other and sink down. Good. And let's add the arms. So you can bring your arms up, inhale and exhale, sink in. We'll just keep coming in and out. Just a goddess. Good. And the next time you're in your goddess, just pause there. A little bit of engagement in the legs. I like to lift my toes. It activates the arches a little more. It just makes me feel a little more balanced. Gently press your elbows back, open your heart and breathe. Can you use your belly muscles a little more than your back? Good. And then start to lengthen up through the legs. Release your arms. Beautiful. You can turn your right toes out and your left toes in. Good. And add that again, kind of hugging the feet towards each other, that little bit of engagement, and start to bend your knee. And then come back up. So same thing, hug the feet, bend your knee, and then come back up. Good. Next time your knee is bent, just pause there. Right, warrior two. You can float your arms out to your sides and inhale. Let them rise all the way up. And just pause here. I know it's not the typical way to do warrior two, but just behind that lengthening, like tailbone drops towards the floor, fingers reach up towards the sky. And then just in a small way, start to arc your body to the left. And in a small way, come back to neutral. And in a small way, arc your body to the right. Good. Bring yourself back to center. Float your hands down, lengthen your leg. Just pause for a moment. Relax your legs. And then if it suits you, hug the feet towards each other again. Bend your knee. Arms, just typical warrior two, arms parallel to the ground. Keep breathing. Good. Right arm up, left arm down, reverse warrior. Lift your heart. Legs are strong. Good. And then cartwheel the arms, lateral angle stretch. Take your time and breathe. Tailbone tucks under just a little bit. Pelvis presses forward. Good. And then come back to center. Lengthen your leg, release your arms. And before we do triangle, let's just switch sides. So let's come back to neutral actually. Turn your toes out at angles again. You can do that little bit of a hug, heels towards each other. You can bring your arms up, inhale. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Good. And then this time, bring your arms all the way down. Lengthen your legs, just really easy. Turn your toes forward or slightly pigeon-toed, and we'll do a little forward fold. So let your knees bend, or they could soften. And it might feel good to gently sway your torso side to side, to nod your head a little bit as if to say yes and then no. Good. And then bend your knees. Walk your hands up the legs. Just pause halfway. You might want to rearrange your feet. I like my heels in and my toes out. Good. And then come all the way back up. Good. If you need a break, you can take a break with the feet. And we'll do the other side. So feet wide apart, left toes out, right toes in. Add that little bit of engagement through the legs as you bend. And then relax to come back up. A little bit of engagement, bend, and then come back up. Good. Next time your knee bends, just pause there, hands together, reach your arms straight up. And breathe. Good. Tailbone drapes down, belly draws in. Keep lengthening up through your heart, through your crown. Arc over just a little bit to your right. Arc over just the teeniest, tiniest bit to your left. Good. Come back to neutral. Release your arms as you lengthen your legs. Oh, actually, I always take more breaks on the left side than the right one. So I don't think we took a break before, but whatever you need. And then we'll do warrior two. So arms parallel to the ground. Look past your left hand. Keep breathing. And we'll do reverse warrior. Left arm up, right arm down. Keep breathing. Let your mind just notice, what you notice. Right? Breathe, relax, feel. Watch what happens in the body and the mind. Good. And then reverse or lateral angle stretch. I think I got a little stuck on reverse warrior. Sorry, it felt really good to me. Good. And then you can come right back up. Warrior two for a moment. And then you can release. You can turn your toes and fold right over the legs. Good. And let this just be really relaxed, whatever you need it to be, right? Bending the knees, swaying the torso. Good. And you can start to roll your way back up, reposition your feet if you have to, heels in, toes out, pause halfway. Good. And then come all the way back up. Good. And we'll just put the feet together for a moment. We'll take a little wide angled break. Good. You can bring your hands to your sides. And as you inhale, just sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, turn your palms towards the floor and just let them float down like parachutes. We're just kind of clearing the energy. And then bring it off to the side. And we'll do that again. Inhale, float your arms up. Now we gather all the good stuff. Right? We cleared the container. Now we fill the container. So I'm blending all my things today. My Qigong, my yoga, my fascia stuff. Let's do one more. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, palms straight down the midline. Now you're sealing it all in. All right, good. And you can bring your feet wide apart again, because I almost forgot to do triangle. You could bring your right toes in, left toes out. I said that wrong. I said that completely wrong. Right toes out, left toes in. That was right. All right. So we want to work on long lines of energy, right? So hands to hips, if that feels good. Just lift up through your heart, through your crown. Get really tall. Hug the belly into the spine. Bring your hands into prayer. And as you inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, arms parallel to the ground as you hinge at your hips. So your hips are going to go to the left. Your arms, shoulders, head are going to go to the right. Use your belly. Come right back up to where you were. Arms overhead. Inhale and exhale, hinge. Hinge at the hips, reaching through the right fingers, and then come back up. The next time you're in your triangle shape with the arms parallel to the ground, just pause there, right? Find your strength. Keep lengthening, and then pivot the arms. Right arm down, left arm up. And breathe. Trikonasana or triangle. Belly strong, heart is lifted. Shoulders soft if they can be. Relax your face. And then bring your left hand to your belly. Just remind yourself how strong you are. Use your strength. Come right back up to standing. Turn your toes. If you need a break, you can step your feet together. Good. And then you can go the other way. Sorry, we'll go the other side. So feet wide apart. I can't tell if I'm doing more than usual or less. I'm like pretty good for day 6 with COVID, right? But who knows? All right, so let the left toes go out and the right toes go in. Let's see, reach your arms straight up. Exhale, arms parallel as you hinge at your hips, triangle the other way. Arms parallel to the ground. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale. This time, pause. Keep breathing, keep lengthening through your left fingers. When you're ready, left arm down, right arm up, triangle, and breathe. Right? Find your strength, but also find your ease, right? You can be strong and easygoing at the same time. So find those two things. I've got this. Strong and I'm relaxed about it. And then bring your right hand to your belly. Remind yourself, I am super strong. Come back up to standing. And if it suits you, you can fold. If not, you can we're headed in a moment. Good. So find a resting spot. I just need to check the time. So either a standing forward fold. Some people love down dog, although I don't think people call it a rest anymore like they used to. Let's see, child's pose, or you can sit in upright child's pose. So just find a rest for a moment, or maybe that just means lying down, right? So find something that works for you. You're in your own house. Maybe that means resting on the couch for a second. And when you find your resting pose, take a few slow, deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can start to emerge, and we're going to keep it real gentle. If I've learned anything, it's this week. It's about the value of rest, the beauty of it, once you can accept it. So we just did a lot. So let's rest. So find your way onto your belly. We'll do half frog. Ouch. Just make sure I don't knock over my iced tea. All right. So when you find your way onto your belly, turn your head to one side. Actually, turn your head to the right. Maybe just shift your hips around a little bit, side to side, or bend your knees and let your feet go side to side. And turn your head to the left. And then turn your head back to the right. Release your legs. Release the motion in your hips if your hips are moving. And we'll do half frog with the right knee. So bend your knee, bring it out to the side. Make sure you're comfortable. And then you're just going to rest here. I'm going to take a few slow, deep breaths. Asking yourself, am I comfortable? Am I relaxed? Is there anything I can do to support my relaxation and my ease here, my comfort? Right? Can I accept this moment as rest? And when you're ready to begin releasing, go really slow. You can release your leg, turn your head, and then gently go the other way. Rearrange as much as you need to so that eventually you can really make sure that you are absolutely comfortable. So you can relax, you can breathe. And just send a message to your body. It is time for a rest. From here, as you start to release, just go really slow. And the next things we're going to do is from laying down supine, so on your back. So if you need child's pose or anything on the way, you can take a moment and have it. You can roll over or just take your time, find your way there as you feel ready. And when you get there, just make sure you're comfortable. It might feel good to bring the knees in and gently rock side to side. Just saying hello to the muscles on the back body. Good. And you can release and come into that number 4 stretch. So you can have your left foot on the ground, right ankle over left knee. You can bring your knee in if you'd like, and just find it comfortable. We'll stretch here. And breathe. Whenever you're ready, you can switch sides. Good. Whenever you're ready, you can release your figure 4 stretch. And I didn't say this before, but if you have a block nearby or a pillow or even a blanket, kind of gather that. Sorry, I didn't mention that before. Have it right next to your hips. We'll do a little modified bridge or shoulder stand, whichever one you prefer. So you can lift your hips, slide your block, blanket, or pillow underneath your sacrum. Get yourself comfortable. You can kind of scoot your shoulder blades further underneath. Press your palms and forearms just like lightly into the ground. Lift your heart. And maybe you stay here with feet on the floor or you bring your feet up into the air. And breathe. So I always think of this as like a thank you to the body, right? Like, I don't know, it has such a calming effect on the nervous system just to be upside down like this. We put a little pressure, not in a dangerous way, but in a small way on the neck, and it helps calm the nervous system. We're just saying like, thanks body for all you do upright. So let's just be upside down for a moment to recharge, to replenish, to nourish, to clear. Right? The heart likes it. And whenever you start to feel like you've had enough, you can bring your feet down. You can lift your hips and slide your block out from underneath you. And just pause a moment. We're going to do a twist in just a second. So if you need your block for your twist, you could place it between your knees, but if you don't, you could place it off to your side. You can bring your arms out wide. Hips shift to the right a little bit and your knees go to the left. They just like go right over. If you need a deeper twist, the knees come closer to your shoulder or left arm. All right, so knees to the left. Your head looks right. Find your twist and breathe. Just take a few slow, deep breaths. Relax. Soften. Settling into your twist, deepening your breath. And when you feel ready, really gently, you can come on up and out, untwist, unwind. Ooh. Slide your hips back to neutral. And then you can twist the other way. So hips slide a little left. Knees come in and over to the right. Yeah, so knees to the right, head looks left. Settle in, take a few deep breaths. When you feel even and ready to unwind, you can slowly unwind. Square your hips. And from here, I'll hand the practice over to you for a few minutes. So just notice what your body needs. Notice if you need anything else. Another stretch, another strengthening. Stillness. So take your time to finish your practice however you need. The last thing we'll do is relaxation. So whenever you feel ready for that, you can set yourself up for it. All right, so take your time. When you're ready for relaxation, just be really good to yourself. Make sure that you are comfortable. And when you do find your way into relaxation, start with a few slow, deep breaths. Practicing that same slow, deep breath that you did at the beginning, just like really tuning your mind into your breath, letting it be slow and steady and rhythmic. Let your mind just move through your body, smoothing out, smoothing away any tension. Smoothing away any thoughts. I keep thinking of like the way you when you put a sheet on a bed, right? If there's any wrinkles, you can smooth it out. So think about your relaxed state like that, like your whole body, your whole mind, your whole being. You're just smoothing out the wrinkles. All right. So if you feel ready to emerge from your rest, you can start to deepen your breath. Just giving your body a gentle, like, hello, we're going to wake up soon, right? You can start to move fingers and toes. You can nod your head side to side or rock your head side to side. So take your time, move slow, stretch, yawn, do what you got to do. And when you do feel ready to come back, you can come back up to seated, nice and slow. And just taking a moment to notice how you feel. You can bring your hands together in front of your heart, just giving yourself a moment to just check in, to notice how you feel, to honor yourself. You can bow your head to your heart, just sending a great big thank you to yourself. Right? Jai Bhagwan, Namaste. Beautiful. And when you're ready to lift your gaze, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me turn off the recording. I almost hit the big red button. That would have been bad. Stop